Hi everybody.
Good day.
This evening we're going to be discussing how to conduct a field study. Whatever the size of your business you would like to start, assessing the profit potential is extremely important. One way of doing this is to conduct a field study before starting your business. This type of study allows you to gain invaluable insight into the profit potential, identify opportunities that might have otherwise been unnoticed, and ultimately deepen your knowledge about the industry and niche market. I'm Randy Forbes, an entrepreneur trainer, and this evening I'll be guiding you through the process of identifying profit potential and other opportunities in the market for the product in which you like to sell. And this will be done by demonstrating by using a field study approach for collecting preliminary data about your industry will lay the foundation for your business success. But before I get started, I would ask you just to introduce yourself. Just give me your first name, and to make sure that we keep on time, I'm going to use a match. And when the match goes, if you're still talking, stop. Okay, so let's start with this wonderful lady here.
Hi, my name is Michelle Forbes, and I'm here to get some ideas and that will assist me in opening up my plumbing business.
Very good, thank you very much. Next.
My name is Ryan Forbes, and I'm trying to see how to conduct a field study.
You want to know more about what I'm talking about? That's okay, that's pretty good. Next.
Good day. My name is Raymond Forbes, and I'm interested in finding out a little bit more about what is going to be shared here today.
Oh, that's good. You can come on here and get their faces, Michelle.
Good evening, my name is Randy Forbes. I'm here to learn more about conducting a field study and how to buy good.
Oh, very good. Very good. I'm happy to see that you're all interested. And hopefully this will be an informative and a very insightful presentation. To get started, let me tell you what is expected from you at the end of this presentation. At the end of this presentation, you should be able to explain the need for conducting a field study. You should be able to conduct a field study for your business. You should also be able to identify sources in which you can get information to understand the industry that you're in. And finally, you'll be able to complete a field study form which will outline for you the procedures in which this can be done. So, why is a field study important? A field study would allow you to determine whether the need exists in the market for the product in which you would like to sell. It will also tell you the financial capacity of your customers, along with identifying those potential competitors. So conducting this field study will help you in those three pillars: understanding the customer, understanding the competitor, and ultimately understanding your customer. Now, where can you get this information? There are several places you can get information, but the first place you can get information from is by talking to customers, potential customers. Just talking to them and find out what they like, what they're looking for, what product they're looking for. Find out the price they would like to pay for a product in the event that they're wanting the product you would like to sell. And also, you would like for them to tell you what the competitors are offering them to keep them attractive to their particular business. Also, you can use observation. Observation would allow you to observe your competitors, find out what goods and services they're offering, okay? Find out what price they're charging, and find out what they're doing to keep their customers loyal to them. So again, you need to understand the competitors. But by understanding your competitors, you're able to position your product in a way that you will have a competitive advantage. You would also like to get information from suppliers. The suppliers will tell you what is selling in that particular industry. They would also tell you exactly what opportunities are available in the industry. For example, what sort of contract arrangement you can make with them so that you would be in a position to have that competitive advantage. And also they would also give you insight as to the latest product that is coming up, give you some ideas of trends in the market, whether it's a good time or not so good time to get into the particular area. Another good source of information is visiting trade shows. Trade shows would allow you to raise your brand awareness. If you're selling your product, once you get it established, attend fairs so you can expose your product to other businesses or to other potential customers. It would allow you to forge relationship with buyers and sellers and suppliers, wholesalers and other vendors. And ultimately, it would just provide you with information that it would be invaluable as you progress and expand in your business area. And finally, but not limited to, I encourage you to participate in seminars and workshops like this. For example, the ILO offer individuals from starting your business to the end, expanding your business. So there's a whole spectrum of opportunities and seminars and workshops that you could attend to gain knowledge about your business. And ultimately, the situation we're in because of this pandemic, we realize now that movement is limited. So the internet is a valuable source of information. You can go on the internet, observe webinars, short videos, presentation, and just observe and read about experience individuals encounter in your particular industry. And I guarantee you it would be insightful to do so. Also in your field study, you should also try to develop a profile of that customer that you're willing to sell to. What is that customer age? What is that customer income? That customer's liking and dislike? Where that customer lives? You want to get a profile of that customer because you want to focus in on that particular customer so that you would receive an advantage even though things are fluctuating around in the industry. But by having a focused segment market, you're able to stay focused in times of turbulent economic activity. So knowing your customer is imperative. So let's take this form. This is the field study form. I'm gonna let you have a look at it. I'll tell you how to go about filling it out, and you would see how invaluable it is. Could you hand this over to me, please? So, Mr. Forbes, I know you have experience in business. What do you think about identifying a customer? How important is that?
I think it's very important to identify a customer because what it does is, for instance, in the type of business I'm in, I find that most of my customers are women, and I find that having somebody that's on staff that's better able to deal with women, because I find that some guys are a little rough around the edges. But just that very simple thing, being able to share some compassion and understand, the needs and of which a female customer would be more, or the things that they would be more concerned about versus a male customer. Especially being the tire industry, most women they can't change the tire, but a guy would change the tire. So it takes a certain degree of compassion in terms of dealing with women. also being able to explain certain things that we would most of the times assume that it's, you know, something that everybody knows, you know, but just having somebody in staff that can break down certain things and share certain knowledge with the customer helps.
Excellent, excellent. Did you guys hear that? Identifying a customer is extremely important. It's paramount for the profitability and the long-term sustainability of your business. Okay, I know time is of the essence, so let's look at the form. And let me tell you the parts of the form that is crucial in the field study. The first column, okay, you would put the description of the product that you're selling. For example, like Mr. Forbes over there, he's in the tire business. So his first column would be tires, okay? His first column would be tires. That's the specific product he's going to sell. Ms. Forbes is into the plumbing business. So in her first column, she would put plumbing, okay? Now, the second column is there to describe the customer. The second column is a description of that particular customer that you're going to aim your business at. You're going to look for opportunities. You're going to look for opportunities that, okay, excuse me?
No, I just want to get a pen.
Okay. You're going to look for opportunities. Sorry about that. The second column, you're going to fill in the description of your customer, the customer profile that you're aiming at. Again, I have to use Mr. Forbes because he has some experience. His description is a female, and probably a middle-aged female. Okay, he may want someone with a middle income. Okay, so we have the direct description of that particular individual. The third column is the preference, the product that he is selling to that particular person. Now that person, that middle-aged woman, since he knows income, she may not want a new tire. She may want a used tire. So in this column, in this second column here, he would put used tire. Okay? And exactly the price of that tire. Okay? In the fourth column, he would list the players in the industry. The players are who are his competitors. Now let me just elaborate on this for a while. You see, by understanding the competitors, you're able to position your business in a way that will be profitable. He may not be large enough to compete with large businesses, and maybe big enough to bigger than the small businesses. But knowing this, he would be able to understand where and how to allocate resources and how to price his product. For example, if he's in an oligopolistic market structure, and an oligopolistic market structure where you have 2 or 3 big players, okay, who he cannot compete with, he may want to position his product right below them, not selling at a higher price and not even advertising out in other news medias, because you know what? He can just advertise locally in his shop, because people are going to get that information as to what the specials are from the big businesses. But when they come into his shop, they would see his special, which is $1 or $2 probably cheaper than those other products. And in that way, he would be able to always sustain his position in that market. And thirdly, the last column, the 5th column, is the column in which he simply states the gap that he found. That gap is what businesses are not serving. What are his competitors not doing? What are other people in the business not doing that he can do and do well? So if once he locates that gap, he's better able to serve that customer and maintain his business even in turbulent times. So wrapping up, class, what I like to say is this. We now know how to explain the reason for conducting a field study. I've also given you information about sources you can use to get information for the field study. And finally, we've looked at our form and you're able to see how to complete and document your findings in your field study. Any questions? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. and hopefully you can go on and succeed in business. Thank you.